And you also announced that the Web3 Foundation will be voting on some, a limited amount of proposals, but where they feel it's necessary to jump in. Do you want to speak to that a bit?
Yes. So this is something, another reason that we started Decentralized Voices is Web3 Foundation has some dot that was never being voted with. We historically have never voted on treasury proposals. We wanted to remain as neutral as possible and let the community make decisions. However, what we've discovered is actually that letting the community entirely make decisions on their own and trying to remain as neutral as possible led to really a failure of coordination. And something I've always mentioned in a lot of interviews is that decentralized does not mean uncoordinated. So what we would like to step in and let people know what we're interested in funding, what we think is useful for the ecosystem, being a point of contact, a nice single point of contact for teams that want to do a treasury proposal, but maybe don't know the right amount to ask. These are sort of binary once you put the proposal out, right? It's a yes or no. You can't really haggle at that point. And so we wanted to provide a better, easier point of entry for people that had treasury proposals, make sure that good treasury proposals pass, that we check against bad treasury proposals. And we, after a lot of discussion internally, decided the best way to do this was simply to start voting on our own. Actually, we have not yet voted. Let me rephrase that. We haven't voted on treasury proposals. We've always voted on technical upgrades and things like that. However, we actually haven't voted yet on any treasury proposals. We announced this, but we did not mean for Web3 Foundation to be, we are the decisive ones, right? We wanted to do this in a way that helps coordinate, not dictate. So this is another reason, right, for the Decentralized Voices increase, is that we knew we were coming in and we were going to start voting, and people were, if we're honest, right, often people will look to Web3 Foundation as sort of a shelling point, right? Who can we start following? And we wanted to make sure that we were not some overwhelming voice in this. And so sort of as a gesture, right, to show that, we increased the Decentralized Voices delegate voting power by 50% to say, look, we still want the community to be making decisions. We just want to help coordinate this. So in situations where we feel it's necessary, then we'll vote. So this is not meant to be an every vote. Like I said, we actually have not yet voted on anything. The community's doing a great job. Great work, guys and gals. But we want to be sure that we are out there and prepared to do so if we think it's necessary.